What's up, YouTube? My name's Ray Oliva.
And I'm Chris Harris. You're watching BlanketFaced News by the Minute.
This is the show where we talk about stuff that, I don't remember this. I really don't. This is the show where we talk about a bunch of different news topics at about 1 minute at a time.
With that being said,
let's get to it.
Tech!
A 26-year-old named Faii Ong has created a company called Gyro Gear, who is creating a glove that can help fight the effects caused by Parkinson's disease. The goal of the glove is to use physics to combat the tremors caused by Parkinson's disease rather than taking medication. The glove uses spinning tops that are going faster than a jet turbine to resist the trembles caused by Parkinson's. The input force from the tremors is immediately and proportionally resisted, allowing for smooth motion of the hands. Ong said that he was inspired after watching a 103-year-old woman who had Parkinson's try to drink soup. However, due to her tremors, she spilled the soup all over the front of her. He asked the nurse why there was nothing that she could do to help, and the nurse responded that it's just the matter of the disease and they can't do anything to stop that. After meeting the old woman, Ong set out to find an answer for this problem. The glove is set to be for sale in the UK in September of 2016 and is set to be around $600 to $900, or 400 to 600 pounds. Ong and his team have made dramatic strides in the 2 years they've been working on this project. So far, their weakest prototype has helped a 71-year-old woman who has been battling Parkinson's for 40 years pick up a bottle of water with just one hand. This is usually a two-handed affair on a good day for her.
Politics.
Continuing our super professional coverage of the presidential race, let's turn our attention to South Carolina. The Democratic candidates and the remaining Republican candidates have started intense campaigning in the Palmetto State. But perhaps one of the most important developments is that George Bush has come out of the woodwork to support his little bro Jeb. Now, regardless of how you feel about old Georgie, I do have to give him some credits for some comments about your favorite reality TV star and mine, Donald Trump. At a rally on Monday, he told attendees, "I understand that Americans are angry and frustrated, but we do not need someone in the Oval Office who mirrors and inflames our anger and frustration. Thank you." It's really like a little kid on the playground type deal. Donald's bullying the shit out of Jeb, and George comes up, "Hey! Nobody talks to my little brother like that except me." On the Democratic side, not much has changed. Flames are turned all the way up, seeing as we're no longer in either of the candidates' backyards. Honestly, I'll be interested to see if it's not a close one for the Democrats. Now, aside from all the present developments in the presidential race, I'd like to turn our attention to those we have lost.
Superheroes.
The movie Deadpool came out last week and it absolutely crushed box offices. In just 3 days, the movie grossed over $132 million. This was the highest amount ever made by an R-rated movie in its opening weekend. Also the biggest 20th Century Fox debut. And in just 4 days, it became the biggest comic book superhero movie ever. The movie received an 8.7 on IMDb, an 83% from the critics on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 95% from the viewers. The crazy part about it was that it was Tim Miller's first feature film as a director, but I highly doubt it'll be his last. I don't know what else to say about this. I don't know what else to say. It's just like a really good movie. I really want to go see it. It was sold out really fast, so yeah.
We'll go this weekend.
I know I want to go see it this weekend.
Music.
So the Grammys were on Monday night. They weren't the most exciting Grammys yet, but there were some big parts about it too. Adele had some technical problems while performing her song All I Need, which probably got somebody fired. The Weeknd gave a stunning performance of I Can't Feel My Face and In the Night. And Lady Gaga paid tribute to David Bowie with this weird piano thing that's probably gonna haunt my nightmares. Two of the biggest stories of the night probably come from Kendrick Lamar and Taylor Swift. Kendrick gave a strong performance of The Blacker the Berry and All Right from his album To Pimp a Butterfly, and finished with a new song that no one had heard before but garnered a standing ovation. His performance started with him in chains rapping in a jail. He then began to rap in front of a bonfire and ended with the outline of Africa with Compton across the middle of it. For anyone that didn't know before, this man proved on Monday night that he can make a statement. The biggest story of the night is Taylor Swift without a doubt. She won Album of the Year for 1989 and then proceeded to call out Kanye West in her acceptance speech. This was due to Kanye saying that he made her famous in his track On the Life of Pablo. Great album, by the way. She basically told all of her young female listeners to not let anyone else get you down, and no one can take credit for what you have done. Now, I totally get Taylor for saying what she had to say. I feel for her, and I think it was a good message to give to others. However, I have a hard time taking advice from the same person that said she wouldn't give out music to her viewers if she wasn't getting paid daily. So there's that. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is it was Taylor's second time winning Album of the Year, and it was the first time a female artist had ever done that. So good for you, Taylor.
Sad politics.
Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia, the longest-serving justice on today's Supreme Court, died on Saturday very suddenly. Now, while you may have heard about this, you may not have heard about all the confusion. Scalia was a conservative force in the Supreme Court, and his untimely death during an election year is causing serious concern over what happens next. Republican thinks that Obama shouldn't even nominate a new justice, seeing as he's going to get blocked in the Senate. However, Obama has claimed that he fully intends to nominate somebody. Obviously, the reason this is causing concern is because Obama is adamantly not a Republican, and whoever he nominates is going to be in the same boat. Thus, Republicans are really concerned that their values are going to be underrepresented in the Supreme Court. Now, Scalia was an originalist, which means that he takes the Constitution word for word. He does not believe that it's up for interpretation. He was one of 4 justices who voted against the illegalization of bans on gay marriage. You may also remember him for making some seriously crude comments about black people. Because of this, he was already under heavy fire, and many people were calling for his impeachment. Side note, if he was impeached, it would be the first time a Supreme Court justice had been impeached since 1811. Now, aside from everything, his beliefs, his decisions, I still want to offer my condolences to the Scalia family and his loved ones. No matter what decisions he made in the Supreme Court, he was still a person. We should treat him as such. Thanks for watching this week's News by the Minute.
Please make sure to like and subscribe to this video, share it to your friends, and follow us on Twitter and SoundCloud at BlanketFaced.
If you have any ideas for podcasts or future videos, email us at blanketfaceproductions@gmail.com.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Mom!